This little guy is Terry, a purple horn-headed... No, that sounds wrong. This is Terry, a purple helmeted... No, that's worse. Terry was once a green Kodama like this guy. He did something that pissed off his buddies, so they took away his Kodama fashion sense. I'm not judging though. Birthday suits, feathered capes and black bib ties might be the next big thing, who am I to say? Terry is an abnormally large Sudama. By that I mean he's abnormally large in the way a Chihuahua is abnormally large compared to a rat. Terry thinks this makes him special. His size, I mean though, not the Chihuahua thing. Whatever you do, don't call Terry a Chihuahua. He really doesn't like it. And you definitely don't want to piss Terry off, that's for sure. He'll put up with a lot of things, like getting punched in the face, but some things like calling him a Chihuahua and, I don't know, throwing salt at him, definitely crossed the line. Don't worry though, I'm not going to throw salt at him in this video. I wouldn't do that to Terry. Not again anyway. Besides, I already know you're totally going to throw salt at him yourself first chance you get. You don't need me to spoil that moment for you. Now, there's another reason Terry thinks he's special. Soul Cores. Soul Cores are the beating hearts of dead enemies that give you special powers that also come with a bonus special effect or two. If you play Neo 2, you'll get it. Terry certainly does. He gets it better than most because, unlike you or other Sudamas, he can change those special effects to whatever he wants at will. But don't expect him to tell you he can do it though, or more importantly how he does it, or even more importantly how you can get him to do it for you. That's not because he doesn't like you or anything. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Only you'll know the answer to that one, but he doesn't like me, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is, you'll need to work it out for yourself, either through trial and error or with a little blind luck. But when all that fails, Reddit has a sadist or two that will tell you to drop Terry to Soul Cores. The first one to hand over is the one you want Terry to fix. The second one is the one Terry will pocket in return for making changes to the first one you dropped. And by pocket, I mean steal, after which he'll cut and run for his life. Why? Because Terry's a bastard, that's why, and he knows whatever he gives you is going to suck. There's a reason the Kodamas don't want him, there's a reason they cast him out. And to that I say, good job Jimmy, good job. Now the good news is, you can be a bastard right back to him. As soon as he wastes your time by giving you what you don't want, just quit the game and reload it. This small act of savagery is Terry's worst nightmare. It's his personal Groundhog Day. That's because he doesn't like doing this shit any more than you do. Mostly because he doesn't know what stats you actually want on your Soul Core. Now he does his best not to give them to you, but he just doesn't know whether he is giving them to you or not. So, if you let him be a bastard for long enough, eventually he'll slip up and give you what you want by pure accident. And oh yeah, they call it RNG, but you and I both know what it really is. Though I do wonder if maybe he still hasn't gotten over that time I gave him salt. Sorry about that, Terry. You prick. Wait, here we go. This one could be it. I can feel it. Yep, this... equipment drop rate again. F*** you, Terry. F*** you. If you were thinking this is Jakuku
Pahuinus
in the most iconic scene from the movie Joker, be amazed when I tell you it's not. As hard to tell apart from the original as this appears, it's actually the
Jakuku Pahuinus
iconic Joker scene in a Joker game made with Dreams on the PS4. Sure, gameplay is limited to, well, walking up and down the stairs while the Joker dances all on his own, but hey, I'll bet I'm not the first to admit I went up and down those stairs a few dozen times before an existential life crisis kicked in. If you too want such a crisis, or if you just want to play the scene with the proper music that I had to remove due to copyright bullshit, and I know you do, then search for Mystical Vortex's Joker in Dreams. You can hate me later. So I decided to throw on some VR boxing, put it into campaign mode, and beat a few fighters before getting through to Bobby Nash. And here I am fighting him in round 1, and bam and bam, and I've got this in the bag, and down he goes. But he gets up again. Later in the same round, he goes down for a second time, but up he gets once again. So we both make it to round 2, and whoa, not sure if this is VR or drunk boxing. Let's go with drunk boxing and finish him in round 2 just the same. Usually these fights don't go much past round 1 or 2, so this should be no problem. Skipping forward a bit, still in round 2, and down he goes for a third time. And he's looking a bit wobbly, I'm looking a bit wobbly. Yep, this is definitely drunk boxing. And so now we're near the end of round 2, and bam, you're knocked out for sure now. Wait, round 3? Oh, looks like drunk boxing has taken a turn for the worse. Hey, buddy, you alright over there? Now, I could call him a taxi, or, since the fight is still on, and we both agreed to do it drunk, I could keep going, which isn't easy because now I'm bent over, and the PS4 is struggling to track me. But hey, we do what we have to do for fitness, right? Fast forward to round 4, and it seems you can't knock out a knockout. Or can you? Obviously I have to see. Now I say that confidently, even though at this point I've already thrown something like 600 punches, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm also feeling a little bit wrong about hitting this guy while he's lying down. It just doesn't feel right. But I've come this far, I've got to see if I can knock him out.
Just warming up.
Almost 800 punches later, we jump to round 5, and despite facing down the arse end of a downed drunk, I'm still thinking maybe a knockout will happen. I have to keep trying.
What a shot! Creed really showing off his...
Who felt that one?
Round 9, and can't you just lose already? God. Round 10, this is the final round. Surely this has got to be the final round. 11, what the f? Nobody told me life was going to be like this, nobody. Round 12, and final round. And now I understand why everybody likes One Punch Man. Finally, victory. Good God, feels like a loss. Holy shit, 2,143 punches landed. Man, that's more punches thrown than the world record for punches thrown in a boxing match ever. Which I think officially makes me an idiot.
Jakuku Pahuinas.